abusia for me chacha no ma bisasa mo wote say na gidi say obo adana da roba mo ye mo so for na na fi faculty how do fact media cause wa catch them say you ro chami Kofi Edu contest for deputy organizer emre so na tu ahin na si ahin for kwakoto aba abusia ya de nkoto kira na stopper pamu nyina say moto aba ma ye ro chami Kofi Edu no me deputy organizer ema NDC amanyoko papa no wasantimantamu a na branch no wo do wotima wa akoma ema NDC amanyoko nti emre no so a ma ye nyana bro ye to aba no be deputy organizer na ye che papa John Dramani Mahama sira mu se jata ba ma wo fefo kukudo fotena konwa to ma na nachi fom say ekim nyameka no ka NDC fo nyina na ye ko ya atam so straight abusia ye nyina ye nim say ye papa John Dramani Mahama sira mu se jata ba ma kukudo fo wo fefo tena konwa ma na nachi fom abusia ye to aba ma no 1 year 6 months ni into 1.5 year ni say ye to aba ma ye wura John Dramani Mahama ye wa researchers why your researchers bebra dare nyina no omo ya research ewe ye wura John Dramani Mahama since otena konya no so no ne performance na no ye wa hali ati say ayefo akwakoya mo research na research amu ye na omu survey amu ye survey na amu ye no across the country across Ghana na kire say ye wura John Dramani Mahama 58.9% can say you are John Dramani Mahama the performance no fantastic mutio 58% 58.9% esim you are John Dramani Mahama the performance no fantastic the all year on so anye the all year no manager ho bari asem anche ne 3 days as 2 days so any who say you are Musa Dankwa one so global info analytics you are Musa Dankwa global info analytics almost dey almost survey eba abonten you are Musa Dankwa to survey our the abonten so kire sem almost ko Ghana eye hwehwemu ya research bisa Ghana for say you are John Dramani Mahama since what na konwa to 1 year 6 months that is 1.5 year no the performance is the same. Now you Musa Dankwa through the research actually say you Ghana for 71% say you John Dramani Mahama aduma na wa ye no fantastic omu president abaye bi sa da you John Dramani Mahama ye champion 71% of Ghanaians out of 100% 71% say you John Dramani Mahama performance no fantastic wey panelists ko share so mo kwa kodi won komo na abusia o ko share na Yewura Martin Kpebu ti ho ana Yewura Musa Dankwa chire we mu nyina wie ana Yewura Martin Kpebu ya so ba be kasa na abusia mo me ko tie ensama Yewura Martin Kpebu akafa Yewura John Dramani Mahama e wi ani esa tie ensama wo akafa Bawumia mo me tie Yewura Martin Kpebu emra.
Welcome to Joe Fact Media.
We didn't do comparison of first-time voters in the previous survey. Okay. What we are doing now is what is the segmentation of the approval among first-time voters? Those who didn't, they are going to be voting for the first time. Right. A critical block that must begin to win their minds and hearts before the race. What is their view? If you are in trouble, the science starts from there. I see. Now, among the first-time voters, 77% approve of his performance, much higher than the general population. The general population is 71%. Right. Those who disapprove, first-time voters is 20%. General population 24%, and those who have no opinion 3% among first-time and 5% among those who are experienced voters. When you consolidate the two, that's what we get the 71%. 71%. I mean, one thing I wanted to add is that our responses to voters were much more broader, which is we give you a chance to say you strongly approve the performance or somewhat disapprove, or you strongly disapprove or somewhat disapprove, and then no opinion. What this does is that not everybody will be happy with entirely everything, and he can't box the president into disapproval. When you provide shades of approval and disapproval, they have the ability to say, oh, somewhat I approve, somewhat I disapprove, and that gives you a true measure of the performance of the president, and that is the gold standard used by international pollsters around the world.
And you say that there are those who responded saying all is not well with them, but yet they approve of the president.
Absolutely.
That's interesting. Let me bring in Samuel on first to start off with this one, and look at the two. Now, the IEA's verdict is that the president's job approval has reduced percentage-wise by the people or the people's verdict from 68% to about 59%.
There is still a huge chunk of our population who are unemployed. So for them, they don't earn. They are living on the incomes of parents, relations, etc. So times are still very hard. Very, 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 very hard. So what we want the president to hear is that those people, that's the unemployed youth. The unemployed youth. So how are we going to quickly translate the stability, as Semi also mentioned, into getting them jobs? That's the production. Yes, that's the key thing, because remember that when MPP was coming in 2016, the mantra was from taxation to what? Production. So quickly we're like, yes, these are the people who for them Bawumia, and they said they'll transform the economy in what? 18 months. But by the time COVID hit, they had more than double, 36 and over, yet they hadn't shown the rice, they were farming, they hadn't shown any oil, they hadn't shown the chicken, you know, the food that we import, billions, when we have a lot of arable lands in Ghana, etc. So yes, the approval rating by Musa Dankwa looks good, right? But then bottom line for our unemployed youth, that is where the center of attention should be. Like the Americans say, they should be the what? Front and center of this conversation. And of course, even we still have a lot of locked up investments. You see the NDK financials. Yeah, Dr. Edu Ananientri and his people.
Kpebu lawyer ni abranche no wa bin na adwene mu do abo bew wonye ti from koso wari ase na yewura Musa Dankwa edi so be ni ba abonte a o kire se yewura John Dramani Mahama 71% of Ghanaians are saying say they are here fantastic one to us no ana yewi omuwe no ana yewura Martin Kpebu the lawyer or so ba be kasa no say the survey na o de aba abonte correct kama but o kire yewura John Dramani Mahama say job creation because you to know esu you to know some of adwuma ye nti you John Dramani Mahama on fa ni enchire job creation no mo create nyuma 24-hour economy women's bank na to for wo miabie tell be ya mabunu no be dey e be nya adwuma ye owie ya e no so ni wu Bawumia so no say ono Martin Kpebu lawyer Martin Kpebu ono wade ne nsa atafre na wade ketra matafre na batwe e de ne nsa ko na chi e gu nkotodwe e ka kire wiase nyina se yewura Bawumia o meye president of Ghana da wa se Bawumia ntumi meye president so wa se Bawumia meye president of Ghana e se Ghana fo nka nyina ye jimifo wa se ya na yetimi ma kwan se Bawumia emeni Ghana so ade ya bodam ya adwini nya adwuma obi a ono no betena so 8 years aye ne economy share nsa no friend no economic messiah wonu no timi nya economic management team wonu na na the leader of the economic management team etimi ma inflation koya koduru 54.5%. yes I be we asa dan wasa kwa babiem se mo fa sia na mame wasim so we ya Martin Kpebu so we Ghana ni we badwemba we didi onom ukoba wonim nyansa wa adwene mu do utie radio utimi kenkan eye bibia na yakwa akoto aba na do kokoro moti we eto aba ma yewura Bawumia wo chari pakwa wa what you want who be da so Bawumia what na NDC ba na anu ya hwe do we si bu o man no omu yi akwan omu mansuo omu achese inflation come from when was say John Dramani Mahama tina konwate kim dollar tifo come from say wom say si akra ye tiam ta dollar kosro dollar ye 11 cedis. What you say? Bawumia beje dollar free you John Dramani Mahama some 4 cedis. Omo de kwaya dollar kodu say 17 cedis. Omo de inflation free you John Dramani Mahama some na 15% inflation. Omo de kwaya kodu 54.5%. What say them unemployment rate you John Dramani Mahama tama na nam 12 then one there about no. Bawumia mo de buy de kwaya you John Dramani Mahama tana 7.8% thereabout. Stand to be corrected. 7.8 thereabout unemployment rate. Bawumia baya na omo de ko 14.7%. Omo double unemployment rate. Akwaya ko 14.7%. Bawumia time o wati we yemfa abama no. Ye yanto abama bibi we. Wati John Dramani Mahama ba see as I'm talking to you now. Your inflation at a single digit. Inflation at a single digit. Brother Chime Jina so more than years. Now you see aban we yampani ya pedi abiem. What when was the last year fine school? And gender many mama and NDC for Omina free SHS on the guru on my free SHS. To see a craft on move Domokena RSM double track on bed on the year through. Tinano Mutia, Haruna Bruce was him. Later by 2027, not double track near year through any church and Kpebu mine. Into your mind, also never to be a woman. Just all I've been with Yansa. What is I've been in Yansa, people mind Bawumia Nibi. And tomorrow be a 9 minute da. Say Bawumia, bet me about the president of Ghana. What Ghana for grass for. Uncle, we are seeing our best Ghana for. Say Bawumia, if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Bawumia way, I want to can answer the fundamentals expose him. Bawumia catch the Ghana for if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And I mentioned the exchange rate to or Bawumia Abamuna and exchange rate to expose you. You like John Dramani Mama Saba and Wasaba stabilizing the city. Now people will pay. Also, I don't cover Bawumia no jina simple so. No vai ya no koba and a bemanesia. Ya koba and a bemang and yesia. Lawyer Martin Kpebu, you're a lawyer Martin Kpebu. What's your catcher Ghana for you now? I'm too much no more who showed that over to Obama MPP. Was he MPP at Adia Krenny Pato Shebida? What him? Mimi who shall be MPP at Adia Mani want to name Yamashime. Miss A. Nazari probably to did you want or Jenny. Now you know Bropa 20 million. And then maybe a share MPP at Adia in Nipum. Eh? No, but we will share MPP at Adia in Nipum. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. What's every blatter the funny pamwa? What ton when you and when you may dear what ton when you be dark? What's on for another JV faculty? You fact media and Tiabusia, subscribe, like, share, now who play every notification better pass about to send any update. You're gonna be the first person to have it. Abusia Macrabo.
Welcome to Joe Fact Media. Hear it loud and clear. Breaking news, truth is what we hold dear. Ghana's newest voice, rising to the top. With facts we confirm, no chance we flop. Headlines, analysis, real interviews. We dig deep, we don't just break the news. Authentic, bold, we pass the test. Joe Fact Media.